Greetings everyone, my name is Maya Rajput. I am a graduate of Maran University of Engineering and Technology in the field of telecommunications. Today I am here to present my research paper on topic of modernizing home protection, an IT-driven approach with smart lock and Android application. So before I go into the details, I would like to give a brief overview what I will be covering today. I will start with the section of introduction where I will provide some context of about the importance of home security through the technology. Following that, I have the section of literature review where I will cover existing key technologies. Then there's a section of probability statement to pinpoint the specific challenges we are aiming to address. Then I will move forward to the methodology section, result and limitations, where I will explain how we move forward with this research and what were its results and limitation. Then there's a section of future work acknowledgement, and then I will conclude with the references. So as I move to our first section of introduction, first I will talk about how home security is evolving in the field of technology. As we all are familiar with traditional lock and key systems that have been around for ages, like we all must have used this. They have served us very well, but as technology is advancing, so do our need for access and security is also advancing. So also with the rise of Internet of Things, we are seeing a whole new level of convenience and control in home security. People today just don't want a steady lock, like they want something that can give them a great control, which is easy to manage, and the system that are seamless to adapt to modern life. So this is where our research came in. The smart lock we have designed in this research is to overcome the limitations of traditional security systems, which have their own limitations or challenges. But we have tried to take a step further by integrating advanced hardware and software control through a mobile application, so owners can have a great control because the systems are not just all about security nowadays. Now they require also physical access and remote access as well. We have given some main features of one-touch password, one-time passwords or one-touch access, and four-digit PIN. So whether you are work or vacation or just out for a day, you can just open the door of your home and give access by the tap of your fingers. So these systems just don't provide the security but also provide you the inconvenience of control. So as I move to our next section of literature review, before doing our research or working on it, we also read some other papers that was really good, that and innovative, but they also had their own challenges. Like as you can see, the first paper is titled as Smart Door Lock Designed with IoT. This was built with a development ESP32 development board, and it integrates the Wi-Fi, fingerprint, and RFID for remote access, but it can face the challenge of limited coverage and high power consumption. Then moving on to another paper, that smart door locking mechanism. It uses the Node MCU and a chatbot for guest pin requests, but it can face the challenge of potential delays in pin delivery. The third one is face recognition door lock. This one is really great with the accuracy of 90%, but it can also face memory strain and security challenges due to image storage. The fourth one is digital design and implementation of locking system using app. This system uses an app and Bluetooth technology, but it can be limited due to the range of limited. As moving forward, we have another lock that is based on fingerprint and use Arduino for it, but it can also face the problem of fingerprint or memory constraint. We also read papers based on Vivo's TI, GPS, and GSM, but these can be really expensive because of their modules, and it can also have the limitations of range. So all of these papers have contributed in our research paper and help us refine our approach as we worked on our research. So moving on to our third slide, it's problem statement. So before going into the detail, before moving forward the paper, we found key issues with existing home securities that we wanted to tackle in our project. So the first one is lack of remote access. A lot of current systems don't let you control your locks from a distance, which can be a big inconvenience and security gap. So we try to develop a solution that gives you a real-time remote access, meaning you can access your lock from anywhere, anytime. The second one is depending on the mobile application. We also noticed that many locks are dependent on mobile apps for users to install it, and then they can have access in case it can be hassle if their phone dies or they don't have battery on their phone, or they don't have uh, internet connection. So we try to fix this by adding multiple access methods to our system, so you are not just stuck with the app, you have got other options too. The third one is limited flexibility. Limited flexibility is how users can interact with their systems. To make things more flexible, we gave more than one features like one-time password and one-touch access, so they can use whatever they want to use depend on their need. These challenges really help us to shape our project and help us focus on overcoming them to make a great home security solution that's more reliable and versatile. So moving on to our methodology section, this is really is an important one, because to practically perform our research, we started this methodology, which start with the step of analysis. It's the first one. We took a close look of what was needed for secure internet connected door lock. We identified the needs for both local and remote access to make sure that only users that are authorized can get in. The next section is requirement specification. It was a really important one. We chose the ESP826612 module for Wi-Fi and decided to integrate it with the Android app. Also, we included different methods like 4-digit PIN, one-touch access, or one-time password. The third one is design. It was the most important phase. We tried to sketch out how everything would come together. We created block diagrams of how the system will work together with different components, and it would interact, and also laid out flowchart to visualize how the system processes inputs and decides who gets ins and who doesn't get the access. Moving on to development stage, we programmed our board with Arduino IDE and developed the Android app in Android Studio and set up cloud services through Google Firebase. Then there's a step of testing and integration. After we made sure everything works as it should, we tested each component individually and then integrated into our fully systems. And the last one was the implementation and deployment, where we put them into the test in real world to see how it is working. Once it was all set, we deployed it as a function internet connected lock. Then as moving on to our result and limitation section, as you can see on the screen, there are two screenshots attached. The first one is for the feature of 4-digit PIN. The second one is for one-touch access. The first one is really simple. The user has to enter 4-digit PIN and the door will unlock. There is a static key that is initialized for one-touch passwords, and the C key is initialized for resetting the PIN. The second screenshot shows the layout of app, how the door look. The first one shows how many locks you have. The second is the door is locked when it's red. When the owner touches the lock, it instantly opens and you can give the access to your guest or anyone who is requiring from you. So the third feature is one-time password. That is when guest needs a temporary password or temporary access. They can request an OTP via the keypad. The owner will send the unique code to their phone, and to make sure the system has security layered. The system it has manual verification through the camera, so owners can confirm that the guest identity before granting the access. This system makes sure that if the guest doesn't have a app or forgets their phone, they can still get the access. The fourth screenshot is a real-time Firebase login. It shows the history of who has signed in into the app, when the lock was opened, when it was closed. However, despite the advancement, the system rely on internet. So in areas that have low or poor connectivity, it can disrupt. So while working, we also find out that this research has more potential. We identified that several locks can be multiple ways. There can be multiple ways to unlock the door, like biometric, voice commands, and others. The another thing is we can add more security by integrating motion detectors, alarm systems, and break-in alerts. The third one is solar power. That is really important, that areas that don't have a reliable power system, this could be really a great option. And the fourth future goal we identified is multiple locks control, like whether we can use a one app for different locks, it's whether it's for home, office, or any other property you want. Moving on to the acknowledgement section, I would like to thank all the authors who have been there for me, because without them I wouldn't be able to complete this research. So I'm deeply grateful to all of them for their exceptional support and mentorship throughout the research. The next section is references, which has helped us throughout this research. And the last one is at last I want to thank you all. I would like to express my deepest gratitude for the opportunity to present at this prestigious international conference. It is truly an honor to share our research and contribute the ongoing advancement in the field. Thank you for your time, your attention, and for this incredible opportunity. If you have any question, you can ask. Thank you so much.